And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Satisfactory. Yes. Let me get my timer up here. There we go. Alright, so I have built out all of the reinforced plate makers. We are ready to rock and roll. They're not actually crafting right now. I wanted to sort of kickstart the process on camera. But yeah, this is 4 of the reinforced plate makers, all happy and very well organized here. I like this layout. It's clean, it's nice, and it works. It's perfect ratios, so I like that. Also, we have some prototyping of the final... Oh, that's backwards. See, why didn't you copy that? Okay, so this is going to be the bolted iron frame. Now, by my calculations, we are going to need 8 of these. Now, 8 of these represents roughly 2,200 screws per minute. So, you know, the fastest belt we have is 2,000 a minute. So we're going to have to split this up into 2 groups. See, flip you around. There we go. So 2, 3, 4. So that's 1,120 screws a minute right here. So here, let's do bolted iron frame, and bolted frame. So 280 times 4, a little over 1,000. Now, as we know, the screws over here craft 100 per minute. Okay, so 12 of these is enough to cover that. But where do we put 12 of those? Because we're going to need another 12 for the other half. So I'm thinking we're going to use this spot over here. And somebody out there might be asking, where are we going to get the iron to make all these screws? Well, it just so happens that I increased the iron production. I have a whole nother bank of 32 smelters down here, ready to push iron up and up to where we need it. Alright, so I need to get sucked back into a tube. Okay, so we have lots and lots of iron right there that we can route and move wherever we may need it. So I'm thinking the first bank of 12 of these, and if we overbuild them, I'm not worried about that. So let's line these up as best we can. We're going to line these up not aligned to the machine, but aligned to the edge. Give ourselves plenty of space. That might be too much space, but we'll go with it. We're going to want a merger in between. And then another one of these pointing inwards. Like that. So we need a group of 6 of these. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How does that? Puts us a little over the edge there. Of course, we need 6 over here. Oh, and I'm out of cable. So luckily, I built a little cable system over here. As you can see, we've got some Caterium coming in, being made into wire, 240 a minute, and we have cable being made using 120 a minute. So I'm able to support 2 of these. So that's 120 cable a minute. As you can see, it's been running for a couple minutes. It's glorious. I've decided I emptied out the cable that I had stored down in my little mini mall down there, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to use so many constructors, it would behoove me to actually set this up rightly. Okay, one of the things I want to do is I want to take this one away because we line up almost perfectly. Like, look at that. Look at how that lines up. That lines up so good. I'm going to come over here and put the odd man out. I'm going to put him over here. Since we have a little wiggle room on this side. And then one last one over here. Okay, so these are pushing in this way. Okay, and then obviously we need it to be super fast because this is going to be over 1,000 a minute. This is actually going to be exactly 1,200 a minute coming in from here. So the only belt we have for that is the Mark 6, fortunately. So let's get this last few added on like that, and then we can probably drop it down to a Mark 5. And I'm going to need to go restock on my belt components here soon. Okay, so all of these are going to be the casted screw recipe. Remember, we don't have the steel to use the steel screw. Would be nice. I mean, it's 520 a minute just for one of these. Would be nice. But we don't have the steel production. I mean, that's a 5x difference. We'd be able to use just 2 crafters if we use that recipe instead of 12. But I've already got a crap ton of iron smelted down below, so I mean, we've got the resources, might as well use them. Okay, so casted screws all around. Now the iron supply, because we're going to need a whole other set of this for another 4 of these. So we're going to do splitters, and you're going to come in from this side. Yep, this side. So each one of these is 25. How is that one so wrong? Holy cow. I thought it looked off. But, okay. So yeah, each one of these is 25 a minute. That's 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150 iron a minute for each one of these setups. That's actually not bad. Could be way worse than that. Yeah, I'm going to need more belt components. All right. So let's go over here, grab a few stacks of these, some of these. Do we have enough for a bunch more of these? I'm going to need some more turbo motors and definitely some more of these. And let's grab just a smattering of computers. I think, yeah, see, this is empty now. My cable. Completely empty. I don't think I had many reinforced plate, ironically enough. There's some more. I like using the tier 2 belt for some miscellaneous things. Okay, now that we have belt, let's think about power. So there's 4 there. 4 there. 4 there. That's a total of 12. Alright, everybody's got power run to them. There is a power pole out there that I can use. Let's dial this back a little bit. Give myself some room. Okay, you can come there. Now they're all powered. Oh yeah, and I went back to the top of the world area where all my wind gens are, and I hooked all those back up. And so now we've got a baseline 7,500 megawatts, so 7.5 gigawatts of renewable power, which is good. That means all of those nuclear plants down there are shut down right now, which extends that fuel that I have even further. So these are going to probably come around and get tied into over here somehow. Let's get right in here. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's pretend that we have screws coming in on the top. And then the reinforced plate coming in on the bottom. Now, reinforced plate, easily we can say, no, see, why did you not? Right there, right there. So reinforced plate doesn't need to be a Mark 6. Definitely doesn't need to be a Mark 6. But let's do it anyway for funsies. Okay, so that takes care of that endpoint. Now, splitter there. There. And there. So the screws, actually, the endpoint is right here. This set of screws is not going to continue on to the next 4. The one thing we have to account for is this is where the reinforced plates are going to come in. So let's get some organization here. Be cool. It'd be nice to have this started already so I can grab reinforced plates if I need them. Plus, you know, kick on this whole system. So let's kick this system on camera here. And there they go. Off to the races. Huge bump. Well, no, it's not a huge bump in power. Crazy. All right, what isn't going on over here? Oh, hello. Is this one off too? Oh, yeah. What about these? These look like they're running. I just forgot to set the recipes for those. Oops. Plenty fast. Okay. So here we go. We've got plates coming in now. I should have, you know, I could have centered this construction onto this. That would have been, you know, a smart thing to do, but yeah, I didn't. I didn't do it. Because now it's like, do I continue building over here and somehow manage this, or how does that work? I do want a gap in between here, pretty sizable gap for belts and things. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 4 of these. And because these are batches of 4, I can just connect them all to one system. And then connect you up over there. All right, now you are going to be bolted frame, bolted frame, bolted frame, and bolted frame. So this is our 80 bolted frames per minute. Which is, I think, our goal. Let me check my notes. Technically, we only need 64 a minute, so we have a little extra. I'm fine with that. A little bit of extra isn't going to hurt us. Let's finish this off over here. We have tons of screws here, so we're going to do Mark V belt. Because we're going to split the source. So the source is roughly, it's a little less than 2,000 a minute, right? If you take 2,000 a minute of ore and you divide it by the 60 per minute of smelters, you get 33 and a fraction. I have 32 smelters down there. So 32 times 6 is not an even 2,000 a minute. I mean, it's close. I'm missing about, 60 and change per minute, which isn't gonna, wreck my numbers, but so this is where I like Mark IIs. It helps fill the machine faster and get the items going downstream a little bit better. And you are all powered already. Excellent. Yeah, we are ready to run the screws. We have to use a Mark 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's not quite what I wanted. There we go. Bring that down right in there. Excellent. So that is the delivery of the screws. Now, I almost forgot. And these are 280 a minute, right? Yeah. So we're going to need at least a Mark III. Nope, not even a Mark III. We're going to need a Mark IV. Well, luckily, Good lord. I have tons of encased beams down here. I'll be glad when this radiation thing is gone. I'll be really, really glad. I don't have to deal with this anymore. Encased beams. There they are. I mean, there'll be a little bit of radiation where the uranium is being used, but having such a huge area of radiation is very inconvenient. Okay, so we need to use Mark IVs for the screws. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2. 1, 2. And then, I mean, the reinforced plates, 15 a minute. I'm not too worried about that. What was this one? Mark 6. No, no, no. I know. I said Mark 6 would be fine for that, but let's be a little smarter about our distribution here. When you only need 15 per minute, 60 per minute is just fine for that. And then you and you are just fine. Okay. So now what I want to do is think about where we're going to bring the screws in for this set. So I want this to be, again, lined up with that edge. Where's my line? Right about there. Okay, so line you up with that edge. Right there. 2, 3, 4. Come on, there we go. 5, 6. Ah! I'm on a cable. Cable! Oh, look at that. It's almost full. Beautiful. I love it. All right. We have ourselves a serious amount of screw production here. So these output, yeah, we're gonna go this way with it. Okay. Which side of my power? Okay, there's power there. Okay, so again, these are going to be coming in pretty fast. Now, before I set all these, or make it harder to walk in here, okay, casted screw all around. Part of me wants to like create more steel, get some steel beams, and then use said steel beams for crafting. It's be more power efficient. Well, it might be. Although, I mean, you need to use. Yeah, it might be more power efficient. It's not guaranteed. Just because you need to use foundries to make the steel And foundries use quite a bit of power compared to like just regular constructors here. Okay. So the output from these, we're going to continue this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then this one to there. So we're going to have a where again the screws are going to come this way and the reinforced plate are going to come this way. And this can be Mark 1. Well, now that I look at this, this is going to be a splitter, like right here. It's going to be easier just to... Okay, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, so we need a splitter, basically, it'll be a small splitter. 2 there, 2 there, Mark IV belt, across, splitter, right in the middle. We don't need this, this, or this. We really don't need that stub. And then, what is this? A Mark? Why do I have a Mark 6? You know what? Whatever. Oh, I need to clear that seam. So Mark 6 this way. Bingo. And then we can push in these right in here. It's almost perfect. It is almost perfect. Because this can go to here. And then this will go right into there. Good times. So let me get this filled out and construction started. And then we'll pick up next episode with the next step in the process. All right, well, that's going to do it for this one. And I thank you for watching. And I will see you next time.